Meghan speak out stopping misinformation. What I actually say is not controversial. As she describes tearful struggles, Meghan Markle appeared at Fortune magazine's Most Powerful Women Virtual Summit to discuss creating humane tech in a digital world. Meghan is speaking out about the powerful effects of the digital world and how we're all going through a reset amid the ongoing pandemic. The Duchess of Sussex spoke with Fortune's senior editor Ellen McGirt at the magazine's Most Powerful Women Virtual Summit on Tuesday, tackling the challenges of the internet age and discussing what it will take to create humane tech. We have got to all put our stock in something that is true, and we need to have reliable media and news sources that are telling us the truth. When you know something is wrong, report it, talk about it, Meghan, who called into the event from her Santa Barbara home, said. It's like we live in the future when you're talking about bots and trolls and all of these things, she continued. It seems so fantastical, but that's actually the current state of affairs, and that is shaping how we interact with each other online and off. And that's the piece that's important. It is not just an isolated experience. It transcends into how you interact with anyone around you and certainly your own relationship with yourself. Meghan, who has spoken out on the importance of voting in the 2020 election, opened up about her personal experience with misinformation, saying, "If you look back at anything I've said, what ends up being inflammatory is people's interpretation of it. But if you listen to what I actually say, it's not controversial." She also talked about the pandemic crisis, saying, "People are all going through a reset. And we are all going through a moment of reckoning and probably a re-evaluation of what really matters. For me, it's been amazing to spend time with my husband and watch our little one grow, and that's where our attention has been," she added. In addition to, of course, how we can be a part of the change of energy that so many people are craving right now, and whatever we can do to help in that capacity. She ended her conversation with a quote from American artist Georgia O'Keeffe. "I have already settled it for myself, so flattery and criticism go down the same drain and I am quite free." Fortune's Most Powerful Women Summit is a 3-day event that gathers the preeminent women in business, along with select leaders in government, philanthropy, education, sports, and the arts, to explore our theme, Rising to the New Reality. Just last month, Meghan and Prince Harry joined leaders from the Queen's Commonwealth Trust, who are working to make digital media a force for good, in a video call, keeping their 1-year-old son Archie top of mind. Harry encouraged the activists to continue their work to end the negativity and hate that spreads online, joking that he felt he was already way too old. "You've got to stop." "We're not old," Meghan replied. "But it's true," Harry said. "This is the world you're going to inherit." Meghan quickly added, "And Archie." "And Archie," Harry repeated. "It's on all of us collectively to make the world a better place, and we are." Meghan also addressed how the pandemic has driven people online to connect, making it more important than ever to have positive online experiences. Everyone's mental and emotional well-being are perhaps more fragile than ever before, certainly with pandemic. And our dependability on devices right now in the absence of human interaction, she said. People are going online more than ever before to feel community. The Duchess of Sussex also said, "When you look at what these platforms are capable of with that reach, and what that propels in terms of trolling, you can either train people to be cruel, or you can train people to be kind. It's really that simple." Meghan Markle has hit back at critics who take offense at her speaking out, saying she's been misunderstood. The Duchess of Sussex last week came under fire for urging people to vote in the upcoming US election, but she said she's done nothing wrong. Speaking at the Fortune Most Powerful Women Summit today, she said, "If you look back at anything I've said, what ends up being inflammatory is people's interpretation of it. But if you listen to what I actually say, it's not controversial, and some of it is reactive to things that just haven't happened." Meghan, addressing the summit virtually from the £11 million mansion she and Prince Harry bought in May, said the couple are throwing themselves into tackling hate speech and toxic behavior online. She said that allowing bullying and misinformation on social media is not sustainable and must be dealt with. But you can. Duchess have called on advertisers to boycott networks, including Facebook, which allow hate speech. "If the changes that are being made are in fact made, it's for the good of everyone, Facebook included," Meghan said. In an interview with Fortune senior editor Ellen McGirt asked Meghan about the powerful people who have tried to take her down. I think that is the takeaway, that I have found, is if you don't listen to all the noise out there, and just focus on living a purpose-driven life and knowing what your own moral compass is. But at the end of the day, I used to have a quote up in my room, many moons ago. And it resonates now, perhaps more than ever, when you see the vitriol and noise that can be out in the world. It's by George O'Keefe, and I've already settled it for myself, so the flattery and criticism go down the same drain and I am quite free. And the moment you are able to be liberated from all of these other opinions of what you know to be true, then I think it's very easy to live with truth and authenticity, and that's how I choose to move through the world. The Duchess of Sussex also said she was in tears while preparing to deliver a speech at her old school following the death of George Floyd. I was just in tears thinking about it, and I was just explaining to my husband why I thought that it was so heartbreaking. Certainly for me, being back in Los Angeles and it being so reminiscent to the state of Los Angeles with the riots after the Rodney King beating. And so for these girls to be graduating from high school, which should be a very celebratory time, to be plagued with that unrest felt troubling to me. I just spoke from the heart, and that's probably why it doesn't look polished, and why it doesn't feel perfect, but that's also why it's authentic. Prince Harry has also said more action is needed to root out systemic racism in society, as he described current efforts as bringing a bucket of water to a forest fire. He made the comments in August during an interview with Richard Robinson, president of Color of Change, a non-profit civil rights advocacy organization in the US, on systemic racism, hate online and people with privilege. Thank you for watching. If you like our video, would you please help us like, share and subscribe our channel. Wish you happy to see our videos. Thank you very much.